today we're going to take a peek at a gal's shop who emailed me with questions about something else, but then she had said that she was thinking about posting her vintage product photos to Pinterest or Instagram. And I took a peek at them, and they are not appropriate, good enough for Pinterest or Instagram. And come to find out, they're somewhat older photos from back when you could just take a picture and post it on Instagram or Pinterest and have the ability to get some views, get some shares, likes, and things like that. So what I'm going to do today is, I think that on the pictures on Etsy, you have to have the exact pictures of what it is, right? Do I think you could have some lifestyle pictures? Absolutely. But you do need to have photographs of what the product really is. That being said, for Instagram and Pinterest, those are marketing pictures that we could link back to this product. So I'm going to start with this one. I just opened up this picture. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to save as on my desktop. And I have downloaded a few of her pictures. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Ideogram, which is one of my all-time favorite AIs for pictures. I've tried I tried Midjourney. That was just so hard. And Ideogram works wonderfully for all my marketing pictures. So I'll have a link to it below. I am a creator for them. I don't know what that means, but if you do purchase a subscription, I would get paid a little bit of money, but you can do most of this with their free one. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to come to Ideogram. We're going to pick our size. So if we're doing a Pinterest pin, we want to do 2x3. And if we're doing an Instagram post, we want to do 1x1. Okay? So those are things to understand. We're going to put in that picture we just downloaded of that gorgeous purse. I feel like, and she was great because some of her titles and descriptions included the categories and things like that people are using now, the aesthetics. So she was doing cottagecore, she was doing grandma core, things like that. This pocketbook feels to me like it's a brutalist pocketbook. So let's try that first. That might make us too brutalist, but let's see. So we're going to say 2x3 for Pinterest. Can you make a Pinterest pin? Okay. So now, just recently, Pinterest wants to know if it's AI, and it especially wants to know if it's a person with the AI, right? So if you're going to do a Pinterest pin down here, is this AI modified? So yes, it was made AI modified, and then there's another one with an AI generated person. So I'm going to start with, can you make a Pinterest pin featuring this pocket purse, I call them pocketbook, on a cool fashion woman going to a nightclub? Let's try that. Let's see what happens. And because we're using it as a reference photo, it has her actual product sitting right there ready to go, right? These are not mine. Okay. Oh, what is this? Look at that. That's amazing. Night out goals. Metallic. Oh, I love that. That is fun. Look at that. That is wonderful. Oh, look, it even added my Pinterest save button. That's funny. Shop the retro vibe. Oh my goodness. Okay, so then I think I like 3 of them very much. Okay, so I'm going to download 3 of these. JPEG is just fine. PNGs are very big. So we're going to do all 3 of these. JPEG, JPEG, JPEG. That is very cool. I'm downloading them because I'm going to send them to the gal that asked the question. Now, I would be super happy to have those for that pocketbook. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing in one by one so that she can do this for her Instagram. That is really crazy. I love AI. Now, would I use this on Etsy? It would have to be in the marketing pictures way at the back. We want to show people exactly what that pocketbook is without the shop the look, right? Now, it did put Pinterest on it because it is, I asked for a Pinterest pin. So I could have changed that to Instagram. Vintage chainmail for club night, steal the scene with this 70s. That is amazing. Nightclub ready, style the vintage chain mesh bag. I love this. This is marketing. This is something she could put on her Instagram, on her Pinterest, on things like that. Does it have to be this glitzy? No. So let's do it again. We're going to go back to the start of Ideogram. We're going to say we have it in the library, so we're going to get it on the library. And we're going to say, can you place this cool vintage bag on a fun background that would attract young, hip buyers? Let's try that. And this is an Instagram one. I think the Pinterest pins are amazing, but let's try an Instagram one because I don't know if that's really the vibe for Instagram. What she would want to do is go check it out, but look at this. That is cool. You could put that on Instagram very easily. Very easily. That is modern drip. I don't know if they say drip anymore. Look at that. That is wicked cool. Now she has the bag, so she needs to know if the chain is really kind of that long or whatever. But that is for sure something that she could put on her Instagram comfortably, link it to her Etsy shop, and, you know, that's an amazing picture. Okay, let's see what her other things are. This, I love this. So we're gonna do this one. We're gonna do it on a Pinterest pin. Oh, let's go back to Ideogram, the start. Just click on the logo. We're going to upload that beautiful lucite bag. Oh, what is it? What is loose? Okay, we're going to open it up. So that's good this happened. We're going to open it up in preview. This is a Mac. I don't know what it would open up on a Windows. But let's see, file, do we have a save as? Export maybe? Export, oh, format JPEG. Good, save. So now it's a JPEG. So we can add as image reference. There we go. And we're on Pinterest. Please make a Pinterest pin featuring this amazing, I think it's lucite, Willardy clear lucite handbag. Let's put all that in there, right? Being carried by a young, cool bride. See what it does. Now, for mine, I always put www.artsyfartsylife.com at the bottom. You could say visit my treasured serendipity shop on Etsy on the bottom. You can, as you learn how to do this, is that what it looks like? Well, I guess that is what it looks like. Bridal accessory goals. That is really cool. Let's do this. Do this. What does this one do? That one looks weird. They're not going to be perfect, right? And I think that's very big. Is it that big? I don't know how big it is. I feel like it's more this big rather than, you know, suitcase size. And what happened is it's actually pulling kind of the background of this. So on some of them, it's not able to really do it. But I thought those two were fun. Now, those are expensive handbags. What do we do with like a little bird like this, right? We're going to do one more so I can show you. Let's upload. Let's do this little swan. And we're going to say add as image reference. Please make a Pinterest pin with this swan in a cottage core style, referencing that they can get it at the Treasured Serendipity Vintage Etsy store. Let's see what it does. I'm always amazed by how much easier this is to do than reshooting all your pictures. This sweet vintage swan planter. Now that's exactly what it is. Perfect for air plants, dried flowers, or your vintage curiosities. Look, it even put her shopping. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. How fun is that? I'm just going to send them to her. Oh, look, it's trying. It's not doing a great job, but it was trying to get all the little highlights. Not my favorite. Oh, so cute. That's adorable. Now, one little hint for you. If it was mine and I only had one of a kind, which most vintage is, I would have the URL going to her category page rather than that one. So it's probably on here. Vintage treasures. I would have it going to this URL, to the section, rather than going to that exact swan, because if she sells the swan, then that's a dead link for her, right? So you want to, that's so cute. Did I download that one for her? I did not. Let's download it. So hopefully this little overview has helped you. If it works if you're selling one of a kind vintage or if you're selling any sort of products. Ideogram already knows how to showcase your product in a way that will be attractive for your potential buyers. And so it's amazing for being able to make marketing photos very easily. Hopefully that helps. Tara Jacobson, Marketing Artfully.